Okay, so follow Barbara. It's your 20. It's your 20.
This is my 20. So,
Your 20.
Reach to us.
I guess I suppose the only thing that's left to talk about is one of the big announcements that we had between, I guess, both movies and video games, really. And I know like Tiffany wanted to talk about some stuff or whatever, which we'll eventually get to, like once we get to the game portion. But I'm sure a good portion of you has saw the Disney Investors Day presentation where they essentially confirmed all the stuff that they are doing across all of the properties. Mainly the biggest ones are the Disney themselves, Star Wars, and also Marvel. Lots of great stuff got announced, and with some confirmation with some things. It's kind of funny because we were talking about, I guess when we were talking about Soul earlier in the podcast, about how like Tiana and stuff or whatever, like did the whole Transformer thing or whatever. Well, she's getting her own series on Disney Plus. So,
Cool.
Now we'll be able to get a more fleshed out story told with her, I guess essentially to make up for,
her movie was trash. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. It was trash. Anyway, go ahead. It was trash.
I didn't think it was garbage, but I mean, it could. I mean,
which movie?
Prince and the Frog. Prince and the Frog was trash.
Prince and the Frog is garbage. I mean, I don't. I mean, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. I mean,
yeah. There's no way there's no real way to argue that. The entire look. It's not. Look, I'm not going to blame Disney for it because they just chose the exact worst fairy tale to adapt. There's no way to make the Princess and the Frog fairy tale interesting. Why do you think I haven't retold it in Story Saturday yet? It is the most boring fairy tale of all time.
It kind of is, but I mean, I think the idea, even though I just think maybe the time and the setting maybe was a bit far fetched because this was like what 1940s.
It wasn't even a fairy tale. It was like the Deep South, okay, where racism was still happening, classism. You had. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You're about to give me a tangent. I'm sorry. Please.
Look, I didn't hate the film, but I will go out on a limb to say that this was pretty much like our Black Pocahontas, essentially. So, it's like, because trust me, I'm sure the way Native Americans feel about Disney's Pocahontas, we probably feel about
because
So, now, granted, we got some great voice actor from Keith David, who's the GOAT. So, I mean,
Keith David can do no wrong. In every movie.
I mean, it was a fairy tale. It's supposed to be a fairy tale. Basically, I mean, it was literally classism, racism. It wasn't even it was back when like Toy Story and all. It wasn't even a Pixar movie. Like it was old school looking Little Mermaid type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Disney animation. It was a Disney
animation. But then right after that, they came out with Brave, which was that kind of a movie, and it was a huge hit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't advertise Prince and the Frog right. Her prince was lazy as fuck. Prince Navid was lazy as shit. She got a lazy fucking prince, okay, who didn't even want to do his damn job. And then what happened? She at the end of the movie, she ended up getting a restaurant. And what happened? I just said one gonna say the N-word. I almost said it. This dude playing in the restaurant. Like he's not even helping. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm sorry. There's other things in the movie that I didn't like. That's just my quick 2 cents because I had to get it out since we talking about Cassie. There's so many things that to be the first Disney movie that was an act that had a black princess, essentially. I really came out of Prince and the Frog with a problem. I had an attitude from that movie. It was not. I didn't feel.
It was conflicting. It was
there was just so many things wrong with it, and you can blame whoever. You know what I'm saying? You could blame Disney, you could blame whoever. The point was, I do agree with you, Toku Terry, that it was the wrong movie to make with a black lead, but there was just so many things. And I mean, her best friend, you had that typical, you know what I'm saying? Again, we talk about classism. Tiana was definitely lower middle class, right? And then you had her best friend, the white girl, whose daddy was the rich dude and, you know, and whatever. And she was literally borrowing clothes. I mean, and Tiana working 5 jobs to make ends meet. I don't want to watch this. This is not my dream. No, what the fuck? What? No, I am not transported to. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was literally a black woman having to save her fucking self. That was the movie. Could not be sucked. Okay, I didn't like it. It was terrible. Okay, I'm getting off.
I'm going to go out on the limb and say that I triggered you talking about Tiana.
I'm sorry. It was terrible. I'm sorry. And like I said, I've been waiting for a Disney Black Princess movie show, whatever, for them. I mean, it's long overdue. We all know that. We all know it. Yeah. And for that to be what they chose and how they depicted it, I wasn't a fan. Listen, Princess and the Frog is not. And I took my daughter to see that movie when she was young. Like, she was younger and she was in elementary and she was excited. I was excited for her. And when she was young, she loved it. You know what I'm saying? It's a black princess. And, at the end, she's a black princess. Obviously, it's a black princess. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sitting here watching this movie and all I could think was, I'm so glad my daughter enjoyed this. Because when she gets older and she watches this movie again,
in hindsight, it might be a different story. Like,
yes, yes, it was terrible. It was terrible, and it's just okay. I'm sorry if I'm right. I'm sorry. I took up some of your 20 minutes. It was bad. It was bad. Okay. So she's getting a show, and I think that's great. You know what I'm saying? Because they can show more of. I'm assuming they're going to show more of her as a princess, right? Obviously.
Pretty much. Honestly, You know what's funny is that now thinking about that, like, I feel like she probably had more, like, her character, I think, had way more depth in the Once Upon a Time spinoff series, which was like, if you guys remember, Once Upon a Time is basically like an amalgamation of like all the Disney stories, but with a twist.
It is somehow both.
I feel like
that annoyed me.
The TV show. The TV show. Yeah, okay.
That's what annoyed me because they could never.
Series, but the last season was kind of.
It kind of got on my nerves because it never could decide whether it was going to be faithful to the Disney version or the actual literary version. So I'm like, look, you can't keep picking and choosing. You got to choose a version and stick with it.
Right.
It got exhaustive after a while.
And I mean, it's definitely just one of those things where it's just like.
And she came in late because that was a complaint too, because they literally had everybody under the sun in that show, but they didn't have her. And people started complaining, why is Tiana not in this show? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So they brought her as in mad late. She was all right. I mean, Mulan was whack. I was mad at Mulan's depiction. I was like, wait, Mulan supposed to be tight. Mulan was kind of whack. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But
she wasn't too bad.
Oh, I forgot. I finally remember what I wanted to rant about, and I've used up all my time. Next time.
It's okay. But it's like I said, besides that, we got a lot of confirmations on the Disney side with them. Like, we got a series for that, a series for Moana. I think there was a live action Pinocchio film.
Again? Wait a minute. Didn't they make
they made like 7 live action
Yeah, it is. Because I think like Tom Hanks is playing Geppetto. So it's directed by Robert Zemeckis, so that might be fun. This is one of the things that was kind of crazy, and it's like a live action Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said Chip 'n Dale, and then you had a pause. I didn't know what was happening.
Live action Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers film.
Oh, I remember.
Like,
somebody mentioned
with live action, with actual chipmunks. The actual.
It seems. I think they said John Mulaney and Andy Samberg is going. I guess they're going to provide the voices of Chip and Dale.
Uh,
So that's going to be interesting enough. Or at least that's what I think. I don't know. Apparently, they're doing a Peter Pan and Wendy film.
Are they finally going to address the fact that in the book Peter Pan was a literal sociopath who killed his own friends?
Well,
no, it's a Disney movie. No,
first
they're not
of all,
going to do that.
I think Once Upon a Time did that rather well on its own.
Yes.
Because after that,
Peter was freaky. He was scary.
I was not able to see Peter Pan.
Oh my god, he was. I was legit like. I remember watching it like, oh my god, Peter. He was scary.
I didn't.
His depiction. I have to admit, in that show, his depiction was good. The actor who played him did a damn good job because he was scary as shit in that show,
to say the least. So definitely. They got a sequel to Enchanted called Disenchanted. So
I liked Enchanted. It was a nice little movie.
Fans of Enchanted out there, like my fiance loves Enchanted. So
Enchanted it's a nice little feel good movie.
Yeah. So of course, they got a Cruella movie coming, starring Stalk.
Yes.
It might be pretty cool. They're doing a prequel to The Lion King.
Oh no.
So I don't know if
like Mufasa and
it could be. It could be. It could be young Mufasa and young Scar. I don't know.
Can I opt out now? Like,
I mean, maybe. I don't. It's up to you, fam. I mean,
is it a live action prequel?
I'm pretty sure they're going to do it the same way that they did the remake, but at least this will probably be more original. So it'd be some stuff that we've never seen before. So
because the movie wasn't all that well received.
It wasn't because it was literally the animated movie beat by beat, just with a fresh coat of CG. Like,
and it wasn't that good. Some of the voice actors.
It wasn't. It's not even.
It wasn't.
Okay, look,
it wasn't a good choice.
The voice acting.
It wasn't a good choice.
Yeah, the voice acting isn't a problem. The real problem for me was because they tried to make it photorealistic. You don't get any of the expressions and
that
was one of the criticisms of it too.
Yeah.
It was like you couldn't really feel like the emotion from, because like everybody just looked like just regular animal faces. So it's
and it's crazy because
I don't know. But the crazy thing is that like it worked well in the Jungle Book, but it just
I was about to say that. I was just about to say, but in the Jungle Book, it was fine. It was fine.
Here's why.
But different people made it. So
here's why. It makes sense. Because in the Jungle Book, they took the time to study how the animals emote in nature and transferred that into the mocap. Whereas in The Lion King, they didn't bother to do that at all.
They tried to make it too human, kind of, and it didn't work.
It's like just remake it and be done with it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was ready to say the Jungle Book was great. It was great.
Right.
It was a great
movie. Besides that, of course, we got a Baymax series from you guys remember from.
Oh my God, My Hero 6! Oh, I'm about to cry. Oh my God,
Baymax was my dude, boy. That was my dude.
I was like, I am not fast. Oh my God.
I love Baymax, man.
I think this was the most interesting thing to come out of the Disney side was that Pixar is making a Buzz Lightyear movie.
I saw that because Chris Evans is voicing him.
He's going to be the actual Buzz Lightyear, but Chris Evans is voicing. So that might be pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So I actually thought that was kind of interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I don't know if they're going to kind of do this as a thing where they do like the same thing for Woody or whatever. I don't know.
So it's like a movie adaptation of the old Buzz Lightyear Command.
It's like an actual
of his like when they were showing like his toy commercials and like his story that they would play sometimes. It's supposed to be something centered around that.
Right. It was something else. Oh yeah, Hocus Pocus 2 got confirmed for a sequel.
Okay, but why though?
They're remaking Three Men and the Baby.
Why?
Again,
this was the one that got me. This got me scratching my head because like I am very nervous about this one. They confirmed Sister Act 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Without Ruby? Oh no.
Okay,
wigs.
so
The
let me
wigs.
so hold on. So if I can react to the 3 Men and a Baby thing, my complaint goes back to what I said before. You don't need to remake good movies. What you should do is remake bad movies that had a good idea.
I agree with that sentiment. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, I mean, it's been what, like,
A
what was the
long
last
time.
It's
I
been a
think it was in
really
the
long
90s.
time.
I think the
Yeah.
90s was the last
So
one.
I mean, if they want to do it, fine, whatever.
And
Like,
the second one wasn't as funny as the first one anyway. The second
wasn't.
3 Men and a Baby, it
It
wasn't as
wasn't.
funny as
Yeah, I'm just saying, which would you rather have? A remake of The Princess Bride, or a remake of or a remake of Captain Blood, except for they actually do Captain Blood good.
I never saw
whatever
Captain Blood. So
whatever Captain Blood is, because I'm fairly
I don't know what that is.
familiar with Princess Bride. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I just chose I chose 2 swashbuckling movies from the 80s.
How are you gonna do? Is Whoopi in Sister Act 4? Is she involved?
Yeah.
Oh well, at least she's involved.
Whoopi's
I mean
returning.
3. I'm sorry, not 4. 3.
Whoopi
Sister
is
Act 3.
returning. She's returning to Dolores. So yes.
Okay. Well, that's good.
like I
That
said,
makes me happy.
I just hope that Tyler Perry doesn't do any writing.
Tyler Perry though. Oh,
he's
Lord.
producing, so more than likely he's gonna write.
So we know that probably about 4-5 male actors gonna have bad wigs. So we know that's gonna happen. We know some cheesy dialogue may happen.
Evil.
Exactly. So maybe maybe it's a Disney movie, so maybe he'll have more Disney people involved, and they'll make sure he doesn't mess it up too much.
So
I'm a little worried about that.
On to the Lucasfilm side of things.
Oh my god! We still have more.
So, of course, they confirmed the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and they said Hayden Christensen is going to return.
Yes.
As Darth Vader / Anakin. So that's going to be those. Of course, they're doing.
Hopefully, he'll be able to get his name back, because I feel like he didn't get a fair shake, and it wasn't his fault. So anyway, that's mine. Go ahead.
Also, we're getting several series aside from that one. Rangers of the New Republic, which I think will feature mostly. I don't know if Carl Weathers is going to be in that one, but I know that Gina Carano and Bill Burr, I think, are going to be in this one primarily. So they're going to have that going on. So that might be cool. They have, of course, the Ahsoka series.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah,
that's the one I want to see. I want to see that one.
You and everybody else, trust me.
I definitely want to see that one.
They got that coming. They have Star Wars Visions, which is going to be an anime anthology of Star Wars stuff. So if you guys remember Animatrix, Batman, Gotham Knight, stuff like that, where it's just like a series.
I drink to forget Gotham Knight. Thank you.
That's basically what Vision. Star Wars Visions is going to be, and it's about time, because I don't know how long folks have been asking for an anime Star Wars of some kind. So
yeah, this is true. Well, if I can make an observation, and I don't mean to be rude, but can I just make an observation about what they've been confirming so far? It feels like they're confirming all these shows and stuff because they're trying really, really hard to pretend the last 3 movies didn't happen.
So are we.
I mean,
they on par with the rest of us.
They are hearing people loud and clear. So trust me, right now, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau definitely have their ear to the ground, which is more than likely why among
I
them.
was just about to say that.
Why the Mandalorian is so fucking good.
Yeah.
So,
and I think Disney sees how people are responding to the Mandalorian, and that is sparking obviously them doing this other stuff. Because I don't know if Jon Favreau and the other guy are going to participate in the direction of any of these shows. I would hope a little bit or whatever, since they're so successful with the Mandalorian.
They will. Like if they smart, they will.
Yeah, if they smart, they will. Exactly.
So besides that, they had like a Lando Calrissian series, which I hope they do get down the.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about
that. I think it'd be interesting because I think it'd be a side series.
We are not disrespecting Lando Calrissian.
No, I don't have a problem. No. I don't have a problem with Lando. I I just don't know if the
it's
series
needed,
is necessary.
like, you just
Yeah,
don't know
I don't know if the series about or around him is necessary. That's my thing. I don't have a problem with Lando at all.
This is kind of how I think. Like, honestly, I feel like at this point, obviously, we're going to get a lot of interconnected stuff that is going to work as a whole. So, like, obviously, they're going to try to do like more, probably a little bit more laid back stuff or whatever. Because, like, I'm thinking that they're doing a lot of this stuff that way you're not too oversaturated with the stuff leading into, you know, the Jedi, the Sith, Force using all that stuff or whatever. They want to get to like the other aspects of it too, which is one of the reasons why the Mandalorian works so well, because throughout the first season we didn't really need a lot of the Force stuff, the Jedi stuff, the Sith stuff. Obviously, they went more into this one because they have like more ideas. So obviously, them having Ahsoka and you know, and the ending, which I'm sure some people still ain't watched, so I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm watching it soon.
Yeah, I almost let it slip. So that's why I don't know. But but they had that stuff in the second season, so it's like, okay, so they're going to go bigger. They're going to have some stuff that's going to spin off from this. So cool. So, you know, Boba Fett's going to have his series. You know, they got another series coming called The Acolyte. We don't know what that's going to be, but it might be interesting. But there's another thing called the Droid story. And I think we got a Rogue Squadron film coming, and Patty Jenkins, she's going over there to direct it. So that's going to be so.
I wish we could talk about one.
So now, besides that, well, yeah, Jensen is gone, so we probably could technically talk about it. But also out of Lucas,
but we are men and women of our word,
right? We kind of are, but you know, he's not here, so we said that as long as he was here, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway. Anyway, of course, you know, we got Indiana Jones 5,
which.
So I'm going to say something that's going to have you guys
in the skull. I wish I had the flashy thing from Men in Black.
You know what? I'm thinking they are trying to recover or at least redeem some.
Okay, I'm going to say something that's going to have you guys throw rocks. I'm going to say something that's going to have you guys throw rocks at me. I don't
like you like Kingdom and the Crystal Skull, didn't you?
No, he's about to say he don't like Indy.
It's not that I like it. It's that I don't hate it, and I get what they're going for. Because because in the first three movies, they're set in the 30s and they're based on 30s pulp fiction. Yeah. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is set in the 50s and is based on 50s pulp fiction. You can't it's supposed to be different because it's a completely different decade with completely different popular culture.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I didn't hate the movie either. I just think the problem with it, I think, was because they had like some goofy add-ons to it, which I think is what kind of made it like it. I mean, it's granted, you look at the other ones, yeah, it's like a few goofy things that they did in the original ones. I mean, we know that. So I think like with this one, it was kind of more goofy, like by Indiana Jones standards.
Yeah.
So
it was too much.
I get that's why like folks kind of felt a certain way about it. Now, granted, I came out of it not hating it, and I absolutely love Cate Blanchett in it. So
Kate was good.
Like Kate can't do anything wrong to me. Like I love her in movies. Like she just whenever every role that she's in, she goes full on with it. She like that's why I just think that like her Hela and Ragnarok, dude, forget it. Like,
she was amazing. She was
like she was awesome, dude. So she can do no wrong. But I get where people are coming from with that one. But aside from that, yes, we're getting Indiana Jones 5, but this one.
Sorry, I just had to do it again.
This last one is what got me though. They are bringing back Willow as a series.
Wait, what?
Like Willow with Val Kilmer and that Willow.
Yes, and Warwick Davis is returning to play the character. They are doing a Willow series on Disney Plus. That warmed my heart when they confirmed that. I'm like,
okay. Important question. will they continue to employ little person actors? Because that is very important.
I would assume they would. I don't think Disney never never really had a thing against that. So I think we don't have to worry about that.
I don't think that's going to be a problem at all.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
But when they announced that, man, that warmed my heart. I'm like, dude, this is like that is what shaped my love for like just fantasy
genre,
like fantasy, medieval stuff or whatever. Like that's what shaped my love for like medieval fantasy in general. So it's like, dude, I thank you so much. Now with all that being said, of course, we got the Marvel side.
Oh my God, we're not done.
Goodness,
it was so much. It's already so much.
Trust me, everybody said that like it's
my
a
Lord.
lot to take in, dude. Like of course, we saw a little bit of sneak peek of the Miss Marvel series, which looks pretty fun. And that will tie in directly into the Captain Marvel 2 sequel, which, you know, I think is going to be interesting to see where they go with it or whatever. So like I'm kind of digging to see where they go with that. More than likely it might kind of go into like some secret invasion stuff or whatever. Like that's what's kind of leading to. So, but you know, whatever. They speaking of secret invasion, they actually have a Secret Invasion Disney Plus series that's coming starring Samuel L. Jackson and my man, I can't remember my man that played Talos, I think, in Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I know who you are, but
I forget,
but I forget the name. Yeah,
he's been in like tons of movies, like playing like just like corporate douchebags, like in almost every movie. But yeah, he's gonna be coming back. They're doing the Ironheart series. So I mean, I'm pretty sure with RDJ's absence as Tony Stark, they're gonna have to have somebody shoot that up. They got an Armor War series coming, starring Don Cheadle as War Machine.
Look at all these people getting work.
Right. Of course, we already know about WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki. Then of course we got an animated What If series, which shows alternate takes on the MCU stories. And I believe this is going to feature the last works of Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa. And they showed that. And for those that are not quite familiar with What If, I'm sure most of you are comic book readers, you probably do know. But for those that don't know, What If is a comic book series where it's completely alternate takes on your traditional Marvel stories. Like, for example, in this show, it's going to be what if instead of Steve Rogers taking the super soldier serum, Peggy takes it and she becomes Captain Britain. Or if Peter Quill doesn't get kidnapped by the Ravagers in Yondu, but T'Challa does, and he becomes Star-Lord.
Oh, that would be true.
So that's going to be pretty awesome. She-Hulk, that got confirmed. Tatiana, I forget her last name, but you guys know her from Orphan Black. She will be playing Jennifer Walters, and they confirmed that Tim Roth is returning as the Abomination, and Mark Ruffalo will be in the series as Bruce Banner. So, besides
no Hulk series, huh? They still don't know what to do with the Incredible Hulk. Huh?
Well,
with Bruce.
I mean, I'm sure they
like as far as giving him his own.
Money, so.
Yeah,
Disney have to like pay Universal money for that. So.
Yeah, so they still have what was it, 5 more years before the license runs out for Universal?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. So, but I mean, whatever the case may be, She-Hulk is getting the show. So, and then they promised that they said that like you never know like what heroes might pop up in it because you know she's going to be a lawyer, so she's probably going to be representing some familiar faces. What else? Moon Knight's getting a series. Guardians of the Galaxy will have a holiday special alongside filming the 3rd volume. And the holiday special will be on Disney Plus. And I Am Groot is getting a series which is going to feature little baby Groot. So for all y'all that love baby Groot, y'all will be getting more baby Groot. So So besides that, you guys know most of the movies already. I mean, Black Widow, Shang-Chi. Fantastic Four is getting a movie announced.
Mm-hmm.
That got announced. So we don't know anybody else that got cast yet. Obviously, it's still on the. They're still figuring that out.
Mm-hmm.
But
they never have good luck with those movies. I swear.
Look,
it's under Disney now, so you never know.
If anything that we have seen with Marvel Studios and them
and with
whatever,
MCU,
they have revitalized just about every character done wrong.
Now, whether the movie ends up being good, obviously, will be a matter of perspective. But
yes,
it can, honestly, I would highly doubt that they could do worse than the past two reiterations of Fantastic Four. I hope not. How about I hope not? Hope they can. Do worse.
Given like Fox's their 20th Century Studios now, but given their track record the last few years of making comic book movies, and this technically includes Predator and Alien, like Disney can't go anywhere but up. And just on that topic, they have confirmed that 20th Century Studios will be doing remaking Predator and Alien at some point. So
so much,
and because those last few movies,
they weren't great.
They were not good. And plus, we're getting plus I think they're introducing Predators in Marvel Comics soon, and Aliens, if I recall. So, hey. So, besides that,
that should be it, shouldn't it? God, my goodness, Disney's like,
just the only other thing besides with Black Panther 2. Is that they decided they will not be recasting T'Challa. So it kind of makes us wonder how they're going to approach this second movie with them not recasting him. I don't know if they're going to pass the mantle to someone else, or they'll try to focus on another part of Wakanda or something. I don't know what they're going to do, but they pretty much confirmed that as of now, at least I can at least say as of now, that they are not recasting T'Challa. So I can only assume that at some point, maybe if they hit a Secret Wars kind of thing where it just gets completely multi-universal or whatever, maybe they'll be able to cast a younger person to come in at T'Challa at some point. We may even get a younger Tony Stark at some point. Who knows? But as of now, they are not recasting T'Challa, and honestly, I was going to be conflicted no matter what they did, because it's no matter what they did, you were going to feel that sting anything remotely close to Black Panther getting brought up. So, yeah, guys, that's it. I think the only thing I didn't mention was Hawkeye. They had some stuff with that, and I keep forgetting the girl's name, but young lady that was in the Bumblebee movie was confirmed as Kate Bishop for the series. So
Bumblebee movie, the Bumblebee. I didn't see Bumblebee movie.
The Bumblebee film, the young lady
Transformers
that was,
one. Yeah, I didn't see
which was a good movie, so I recommend.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
So, she was confirmed as Kate Bishop for this series. So, that's something else to look forward to next year. So
I'm overloaded already, and ain't a single.
Imagine how folks felt when they first announced this. This has been
that's a lot.
This has been,
I'm already on. I have to admit, I'm kind of on superhero movie fatigue, which again. I know it's a little ironic. I know it's a little ironic considering that there are some movies I still want to see. Obviously, I watched Wonder Woman. I do want to see. I don't know if it's really a superhero movie, but it's I guess being produced by Marvel. I still want to see Blade. You know what I'm saying? I am interested in the Falcon and not Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's Falcon and is it Falcon and Winter Soldier? Yeah. Is that the name of the thing?
Yes.
I do want to see that, like a superhero buddy cop kind of movie feel vibe thing going on. But it's so much still happening.
It's a lot.
I got superhero movie fatigue from what we just went through. All the movies that led up to Endgame, you know what I'm saying? The multiple DC, I got superhero movie fatigue a little bit in that. So I didn't see a lot of
except
the
Man
movies.
Tomorrow. Man Tomorrow is awesome, and everyone who has not seen that cartoon movie should go see it right now.
See
no,
what?
I'm serious.
I'm
Man Tomorrow.
I'm still scratching
Oh.
for more, so that's all I'm saying.
So yeah, so I'm already fatigued. So listening, so I can guarantee you that I'm definitely probably going to see the non-comic movie stuff before I see the comic movie stuff, except for the ones that I mentioned.
That's fair.
Because I'm just on super. I need a break. Like, I
mean,
I do love it, and I understand
we
the
had
boom,
like
but I'm
a
a
year
little
without it for out most of it.
Yeah, but
like,
that's just a year. That's a year compared to like a decade with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a little fatigued out. So, but that's an interesting lineup. That's an interesting lineup, regardless.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had a long span of it. That's
It's
a good lineup, regardless.
Yeah,
it's
man.
heavy.
Like,
it's heavy,
dude. Like, I don't think anyone expected them to like drop all of this in one day. Like, as far as confirmations, it's just like, it's like the only thing that would have made it even crazier if they just somehow just threw X-Men in there, like out of the blue.
Lord.
X-Men.
I'm like, granted, I know it's gonna be a while before we see X-Men because I know that they trying to like wait until like the stink of like the Foxmen kind of wears off a little bit
because they were terrible. Okay, these last couple months, I was like,
so like that's why it's like, hey, I mean, we kind of got like some time like after Fant Four Stick, so like I mean, it's about time for the first family to finally make their way into the MCU. And what I find interesting is I think with the Ant-Man 3 sequel, I think is that may be their gateway in bringing it Fantastic Four in, because even though like I feel a little weird about like this name that they gave it, because I think it was Ant-Man Quantumania, I think it was called.
Note to self: when I write for DC,
Quantumania.
Note to self: when I write for DC, try to make a Captain Atom issue with that name.
Well, that would be interesting, but I think that's gonna be cool. I forget my man's name that was in that Lovecraft Country series. The male lead in that, like he's gonna be Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man 3.
King of the Conqueror.
So that's going to be interesting.
And there again, because I haven't seen any of the Ant-Man movies because I have fatigue and I don't care.
King of the Conqueror.
So
does anyone else always find it hilarious that King of the Conqueror's arch nemesis is literally his own worst enemy? Like, that's not even a metaphor. His arch nemesis is just another version of him from later on in the timeline.
I mean, it's basically kind of like Reverse Flash and Barry. Like, dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
those are two separate. At least those are two separate people. Kang and Ramatut are the same person.
I mean, hey, like they got.
They say you are. They say you are your own worst enemy sometimes. So
hey, they got to get hands. They got to get hands. I mean, ain't. But I mean, it's. The thing is, see, with you saying that you're probably feeling fatigued, Tiffany, and it's like, I get it. Like, I get it, because part of it is because you're not a huge comic reader. I think that's part of it. So, but I mean, I know you still enjoy the story. So, like, that's not the issue. So, I just know that the thing is, what I'm saying is, like, going into these next couple of phases that they're doing, I think it's going to be a lot to take in because they're throwing the multiverse in there. So,
so and I know,
because with Doctor Strange, that's going to deal with the multiverse, and they've already confirmed that Spider-Man 3 is
going to deal with one, right?
So after that, it's like I said, like what's probably going to end up happening is it's probably going to be like this whole big Secret Wars thing. And like, just to let you know, it's like a Secret Wars is basically like one of the first really big comic book events they had back in the day, where like it was literally a thing that was happening across different multiverses where they had to fight for their own existence. And it honestly was actually the first time that that Spider-Man had got the black suit. So whether they do that in this, I have no idea, but it's like that's what their next step is after Infinity War. Because it's like their next step is to start like throwing the multiverse in there. So
So I'm about to give see. So now, so I was able to basically get through the this MCU round one, I guess, if you will. I have to admit, I didn't have to see all the movies to get the whole picture. But because you know what I'm saying, like there's some things you don't have to see. Like honestly, I didn't see any of the Ant-Man movies, right? I have to admit, I don't care about Ant-Man, so I didn't go see it. But I understand the role he played in Endgame. However, I could understand it to the point where I didn't have to watch the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like same thing, like with Guardians of the Galaxy, I kind of understood it. I did watch the first one because I tried. I hated the first movie, so I didn't bother watching the second. I didn't like it, so I didn't bother watching the second one. But I understood the role because the way that the bigger movies played, it allowed me to be able to understand what was happening without, because you know the characters will always come in and do like a quick little recap of what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have to watch the movie, but with this multiverse thing that they got going on now in phase 2, it makes me wonder, am I going to have to watch phase 4, I'm sorry. It makes me wonder if I'm going to have to watch some of these other movies that I may not really want to see to be able to grasp this, you know, the subject of the Secret Wars, and inside my head, I'm kind of screaming because I don't want to. Like, I just want to be able to get through like the main ones or the ones that I want, and still be able to understand by the time we do get to the big coup de grace, you know, kind of thing. And with that, so I'm hoping that's the case, because
and with that being said, it's essentially you have to be in the same mindset as a comic book reader, because even with comic books, you have like the main story arc, which is like issue 1 through whatever, and then you also got the tie-ins on opposite sides of that tie into specific issues. That's essentially what each phase is. Now, you can keep up with the specific one if you want to, but it's other ones where it's like, okay, if you don't see it, then it's not necessarily
a big loss. Right.
Like Iron Man 3, you could technically skip that one. It's nothing.
Right.
Now, this is not me saying I think the movie is garbage or nothing like that. I know a lot of people feel that.
But you can just skip it and it won't take away from. Right.
Exactly. I think like the only difference is that it's like, okay, he doesn't have the arc reactor in his chest no more. That's really the only real continuation. So that's kind of how you have to go look at it. So it's like, you know, obviously you see it if you wanted to see a fun movie, that's up to you. But you know, it's like I said, it's kind of like, because I was a book reader before these movies started, I kind of knew how to navigate through it, because it's just like reading a comic book, only it's like a 2.5 hour movie you're sitting watching. So
but it's just when you have the sheer number, like when you look at just the number, I'm just be like, I don't want to sit through I don't want to sit through all of that. Like, I want to watch certain ones and I want to watch the main ones, but there's some I want to skip. And I just, you know, like I said, this last iteration, I was able to do that. I could get through, basically, I mean, you could get through to all 4, I think, of the larger movies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There are some that you have to watch. Now, I personally do like Iron Man. I do like Captain America. So I was paying attention, you know, I saw those, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I was looking forward to Black Panther because, again, non-comic reader, I had never heard of him before. So when I saw him on the scene, you know what I'm saying, in Civil War, I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah,
he was a joke.
Yes, but like I said, I saw Doctor Strange on Netflix. I wish I hadn't, because I thought that movie was whack. You know what I'm saying? So but I understand who Doctor Strange is, and I know what he can do. I just didn't like the movie myself. So it's like there were some movies that I realized that I didn't have to see to be able to grasp, you know, getting to Endgame. That and I don't know if Marvel meant to do. Obviously, I don't think they meant to do it that way. But the way it came out, again, you could miss certain things and still be able to grasp the importance of certain characters by the time they get to Endgame. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So it's like now we on phase 4, and I'm just listening to all this stuff, and I'm like, Lord, please don't let me have to watch all these movies.
I think what it is that like when the second phase started, I think
And then we
they
have to move on to another subject.
right. I'll try to finish it because I know we've been on this for like ever, but we can literally talk like hours about this. So, like what I think was is like after that first phase was I think that they had a little bit more freedom to like try certain things out and kind of see. You good, Cassio?
No, give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes.
Go do your thing,
All right.
man.
Do your thing, bro. Do your thing. But yeah, like I think the second phase is where they had a little bit more creative like room to kind of try some stuff out and kind of see what stuck in the fold as opposed to the first phase. Obviously, the first phase was, hey, we have to get acquainted with each Avenger leading
Right.
up to the team up. So
Right.
whereas the second one, it's like, okay, now we have the team. Now what's all these other elements? So like I
Right.
think that like, after that part, that's where we kind of had like a little bit more leeway to see what stuck with what and what didn't. And you know, it's like in your case with Doctor Strange, like it kind of still was pivotal in the story because it involved one of the Infinity Stones. So like
Right.
whatever. So but I guess like I say, in your case, like if you get the general gist or whatever, then you know what's going on. Thought the movie was okay. It wasn't great, but you know, I still I just like Benedict Cumberbatch. So like he was pretty cool in it. Plus, Chiwetel Ejiofor was in it. You know, so you know I got
Which I do like him. I like him as an actor.
So, but it's just like with this time, it's like it's a lot. It's going to be a lot to take in because it's not even just the movies. Now you got the
TV shows, right?
And now these shows directly connect
tie
to the
in,
film.
right?
So it's not like where it's kind of like ambiguous or whatever. Like the past shows have been. It's like, is it or ain't it or whatever? I was like, I don't know. It's like no, like these directly tie in to stuff that happened. So you know, I can understand being overwhelmed. Like for me, I am reveling in all of it. Like because this is like the best. This is like literally the greatest time to be a dork for this stuff, man. Like the past 15 years have been amazing. So this is definitely like a really, really awesome time to be a nerd for this stuff, man. Like it's crazy.
And I do agree. You know, I absolutely understand how monumental it is. So I don't want anybody listening to this to think that I don't get it or you know what I'm saying or anything like that. I get it. It's just like I said, and I'm a movie watcher. I love watching movies. You know what I'm saying? I love going to the movies. I love watching all different kinds. Like I said earlier, I was watching Santa Jaws. I guess it was corny as hell. Okay. And I ended up turning after 30 minutes. But the point is I survived 30 minutes watching Santa Jaws. You know what I'm saying? Before I ended up watching
that. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like,
I ended up turning from that. And what did I catch? I caught Sister Act on another channel. So I was watching the first Sister Act or whatever. Getting nostalgia, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a movie person, and maybe it is because I don't really read comics, and that might be why I have this thing where I don't want to I want to be able to get the main parts without watching everything. But again, we on phase 4, and I agree that they're making it seem very interconnected. So I'm sitting up here like I just hope that I'm able to do some things because I have to admit I'm probably not going to watch everything. Like my brain would not be able to handle. It's definitely like I said, I got fatigue already on superhero movies. So now we on phase 4 with Marvel in particular, and I am going to watch something because there are some things I am looking forward to or whatever. But there are other things I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna have to wait for like a spoiler review or something because I'm not watching. I'm not going to watch it. I'm just not, and it's nothing against it's nothing against it. I already have fatigue. So phase 4 being so overwhelming with shows and movies like and we got Disney Plus and I'm just like I'm not
and it's not just Marvel and it's not just
Marvel it's not just Marvel. DC got stuff in the works too, you know what I'm saying? So and again, like I said, and maybe it also is a part where I'm more of a DC girl than a Marvel girl, you know what I'm saying? And that might be a little bit of it too. But I have watched a lot of MCU movies, and again, we're talking 10 years to get to Endgame. And I was just 12. Like 12. Okay, so 12 years to get to Endgame. I'm like, woo! And then phase 4 got announced. I'm like, oh my God. So
I mean, yeah.
So it's just a mix of a lot of different things. But again, I am looking forward to a couple of different things that the MCU has announced in Phase 4, and more than likely, if we do get to what is the big arc called? What is it?
Secret Wars.
If we get to Secret Wars, I'm gonna watch. So, because I'm gonna be interested.
And they haven't confirmed it, but like the way a lot of stuff is going, because I know I'm aware of how the lore goes because of certain characters that they're adding to it.
Yeah, other people have said that too. That's kind of where it had to be leading because of what they're doing. So yeah, I get it.